Hey.
Hey.
I'm here with TJ. Say hi, TJ.
Hi.
Did I say you can talk?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Oh, look how gross and hairy your hand is, TJ. Disgusting. TJ, draw something. Look at TJ's hand.
Got a stick man.
That's cool. That's cool. So this is TJ. He's been in a couple of videos before. What we're going to do is we're just going to read some old comics that I made. And TJ was actually around to like read these. Yeah.
Yeah, that was there when you started.
That is, yeah, he was here when I started. Cool. TJ, just pick one. Pick a random one. Pick a card, any card.
Sorry, I'm getting the order mixed up.
They weren't in order to begin with.
Oh, I thought you kept them ordered.
Okay, so some of them aren't that funny. We're just going to keep reading until we find a funny one. Okay, so this one. Ah, crap, I overslept. My boss is going to kill me. I can't believe it. Let it happen again. And then, what? Oh, I was only dreaming. And then boom, that was stupid. Son, have you found your hamster yet? No. Oh. And then he leaves. Well, the mousetraps in the pantry did. Look. This is a comic that I drew on a piece of paper, and then I made it into a webcomic. It's stupid. My only fear about the future, as technology advances and we travel to distant planets, shipping prices will be insane. And he's like, $40 for a t-shirt, blah, blah, blah.
Did you draw one of these sheets every week?
Yeah, one sheet a week.
For how many years?
A couple. Sometimes their eyes would have eyebrows on top. And then they would also be like, So we'd have like this weird symbol, like these were their eyes. And then they'd be like, yeah, well. So like, it was a weird symbol. Like they all had monobrows. So this one, he's like chopping onions. He sees a bee. The bee or fly lands on him. It stabs him. What did you do? Something stupid. Hey, wait, this is another one that I did. This is another one that I made into like an actual comic. It was like, hey, I have some, I have some important news. How important? Well, not really at all important. I mean, I think I changed some of the words. It's just one guy out of 7 billion on this tiny planet. How can anything I do have any effect on the universe? It doesn't. We are all just a tiny speck in an infinite universe. I bought cheese tacos. And he's like having an existential crisis right here.
Yeah. There's
a reason why I don't redo any of these comics anymore, is because I don't think any of them are funny. He's drawing, and then someone pushes his arm. I think this is probably you, TJ. And that's why my neighbors heard 4 gunshots. Oh, of course, I understand. So this is back when I was drawing with a tablet. It's so hard from transitioning from paper to tablet. I would draw everything out and then scan it in. We're not reading that one.
Which one?
No, it's racist. Sir, our planet's temperature is rising. The entire planet will explode. We must evacuate. And then these are rockets, and these are people escaping the rockets. Well, there goes our planet. And then there's just pop. And actually, I'm pretty sure I didn't draw that. I think Faith drew that. I think I was like, Faith, draw a popcorn that's popped for me. And she's like, anyway, like, hey, look, there's a similar planet right over there. So the joke was that their planet was a giant popcorn kernel. And since the temperature was rising, it was being heated up, and it exploded. But it was just a popcorn. I was 12. These were so awful. Hey, Jake, I'll give you... So, like these were characters. Remember when I had characters?
I remember your characters.
Oh, man, I miss Jake. I was dumb. So this girl, she's just holding a little doll that's supposed to be a Barbie. And he's like, did you know it's physically impossible to look like Barbie? And then she just looks at it, and then she just flushes it down the toilet.
Why?
It's random. Random is funny. Stupid. A relevant at the time comic. So this was, I think, was when Billy Mays died.
Hi, Billy Mays here from the movie.
It's U.S. Treasury. So how's the new bill coming along? Great. I'm all done. Which president did you use? Well, I didn't use a president. What? You didn't use a president? Don't worry. I used a famous person that died, like a memorial. So when did Billy Mays? So this was around when Billy Mays died. So how old was I? Hopefully I was around 12. And then so the bill is 2 easy payments of $19.95. I'll give you a hint who it is. It rhymes with Millie Bays. Stupid. This is a never before seen comic. right? So remember how I sketched him out beforehand? You can see how lightly I was going with the pencil. I hit a squirrel coming home. Wait! I did make a comic!
Make this.
I made it with my bubble people! Dumb. If movies had cell phones, and this is supposed to be Lightning McQueen from the Pixar movie Cars. So that it was relevant at the time, obviously. This is how I started, everyone. It's like, I gotta see on my spelling test. There's no use crying over skim milk. I think you mean spilt milk. Why would you cry over spilt milk? Why would you cry over skim milk? Have you ever had skim milk before? It's another Billy Mays one! Billy Mays' death. So the heart monitor, beep, beep. Son, there's something I want you to do. What is it? I want you, yes, yes, what do you want me to do? Buy OxyClean now, half off. No, and he dies. Like, I mean, I think he's been gone long enough that I can show these comics.
You can make jokes about his death again.
Yeah. Here's a frame from Think About That. It was a series I did when my computer died, and so I did this stupid thing where I wrote it on a piece of paper, and I guess I kept one of them. So this was the kind like the Pokemon comic. The Pokemon comic was like my very first long comic, I think. I'm not sure. I might be making.
Oh, is this the self-destruct one?
Yeah, it was this one where the Geodude self-destructs. Okay, so they're going to have this triangle thing, and then they're going to like this. So I was like laying out the panels. I said I didn't want to redo any of these old ones because they're stupid, but I think I want to redo this one because I couldn't draw back then, but now I can draw.
So you want to do it again.
So should I I'm going to spoil it. It's a snake and an owl, and I even had to write snake, owl. And there's like a dead mouse. And he's like, hey man, can I have a bite? And the owl's like, yeah man. And then he takes one bite because he's a snake. And so he can unhinge his jaw. And the owl's like, hey, no fair. This was one about the lake trip. So we took a lake trip as Boy Scouts. And it was stupid because the water was not that deep.
The rafting trip?
The rafting trip, remember?
I hated that.
I hated it. And
I hated it at the time.
it was a good experience, yeah. But like the water was not deep. And so, like, 80% of the time, we had to get out of our rafts and, push the boats. And so, I was making a comic about it. I was like, I can't take this kayaking trip anymore. This is too much. The only way I'll stop is if I drown myself. And then he tries to drown himself. But since the water is so shallow, he can't. His raft is stuck on a rock. Hey, look at this!
What's this?
It's the Twilight one. I've talked about this in a video before.
Oh, yeah. Copy of the first one. You lost the first one.
Well, I gave the first one to the girl.
Right.
And do you remember Madison? Madison bleeped out that last name. Do you remember her?
Yeah.
That was the girl I gave the comic to.
That was the girl you gave the comic to.
Yeah. I wonder what she's doing. On the back, that was doing more stuff. Here's another never before seen comic. This sucks. What? The guy that made me only drew a straight line for my arms. I know he has other things to do, but seriously, how long does it take to draw two separate arms? And then he trips on a rock, and he's like, help me up. And it's like, okay, grab my hand. So, you know how people draw stick figures like that? So that was talking about the injustice of it.
I'm glad I didn't draw my stick figure like that at the beginning of this.
Oh yeah, show TJ's stick figure at the beginning. This was the last one!
This was the last one?
This was the last one! This was me saying, I'm done making comics. So 4 years making comics, and I still can't draw. Second to last comic, I can't believe it's almost over. It's been great working with you, James. And he's like holding all these boxes. Look, there's like generic characters A stuff. Are you crying? No! Oh man. Oh, this is so heartbreaking. This is the last paper comic that I did. Well, we had some great times, guys, but now it's time to part. Now what? Well, without James, we cease to exist. And then they pop, and then there's just an empty panel. Right in the heart. Ah, sentiment. Okay. So wait, hold on. Get the last one and the first one. Well, the drawn, because I haven't stopped yet. This is the first one.
The last one.
Yeah.
Here's the first one.
Hey, so I just finished editing the video, and I was looking through some of the comics, and I found another Billy Mays comic. So here we go. Hi, Billy Mays here. Are you tired of getting in a car crash, then the airbag suffocates you so you die? I know I am. Now you don't need an airbag with the pillow airbag. And then the panel I didn't even finish that. I just crossed it out. Probably looked so bad. Just put your head in the pillow and you're ready to drive. Now when I get in a crash, and then he gets in a crash, Go buy one today. 1 week later, everyone's getting in a car crash. Hey, this pillow works. So, yeah, I hope you like the video.